Okay, hello, everyone. I'm back, and I am now better than ever, but it was not that way for a while this month. And that is because my supervisor left for 2 weeks. He's still gone, but he should be coming back this upcoming week. So anyway, I was really busy at work. I was really stressed, and because of that, I was overworked. Uh, I was working late for several days in a row, and because of that, my sleep schedule got destroyed. I was getting, like 3, 4 hours of sleep every night, and it can affect you in terrible ways. And I experienced that effect in my trading. So what happened was, starting on this day, on the 15th, is when I just got really stressed, really stressed, and lack of sleep, and it very much shows in my trading. So, um, you know, green day, whatever, and then here I have seven trades. Why do I have seven trades when I'm supposed to only be taking two of my indicator setup trades per day? Two, three, five, whatever. One, two, three, two, three, and then seven. Like, um, so traded past my max loss here, which was around probably 420-ish on this day. Um, 19th was a holiday, but I was obviously working like crazy on that day. So this was, I got lucky. Uh, I got lucky on this day. Uh, you know what? Let's see if we can. No, we can't explore that. Anyway, but yeah, another one where I'm taking 10 trades. Even here, I'm taking 5 trades. Not good. 10 trades and minus 769, and that is just not acceptable. My max loss on this day would have been around 400-ish, and here I am sitting at that. And then the the worst part about this was, on top of the lack of sleep and the stressed about work, very stressed about work, I started this day off plus 243. Um, I was up to 43, and then I went red, and that emotionally triggered me, and especially with the lack of sleep just compounding, I just spiraled on this day, and then I come in to the next day, and it just sort of all just, like, you know, stacked up. Everything stacked up against me. Lack of sleep, stress, the fact that I was green 243 on this day, and then ended red with 10 trades, and yeah, it affected my mental. I wasn't following my rules on this day, on this day, on this day. Like, I wasn't following my rules on any of these days. Like, starting here, pretty much, which is exactly when my manager or my supervisor left. I took over his job, and I was just getting 3, 4 hours of sleep. Starting here, I just stopped following my rules until this day, and obviously I learned a lesson the hard way, and I went and I bought some melatonin on this day, and I took it, and I've been taking it on every weeknight, and it's been helping me get 6.5, 7 hours of sleep every night, plus a nap during midday, and that shows in my trading. Um, so 253, 487, 179. This is I took 6 trades here, so this was a day that I started red with my indicator, um, and then there I think it was two like small losses, and then I had a nice win with my indicator to bring me up 95, and then I gave it to FOMO, and I traded one third setup of the day, which I shouldn't have taken. I'm supposed to only take two, so I took a third setup and ended up being red. But overall, just much better than what I was doing here. Um, so yeah, I've had since that day where I've committed to just getting better sleep and just overall following my rules. I'm up, 900. I think 980 US from this day on. After this hard lesson that I've learned and won't do again. But yeah, so the strategy has been going very well. The indicator has been going very well. I've been fine tuning it over the course of the month, but it's been going very well. So I actually learned today that that this shouldn't have been a trade. I shouldn't have traded this yesterday because I fine-tuned my criteria a little bit, um, and so this should have been a no trade day. But then this one I should have had one more trade, and it would have been a loss. So it evens out. But the main thing is, ever since I locked in, um, I've been trading very well, uh, and so the key is to continue to stick to my rules. That's the number one priority. And with that comes losses that are smaller than my wins. So if I go to a custom range here, and let's start from the 23rd to current day, you can see that so ever since I started taking melatonin, getting better sleep, focused on being less stressed, following my rules strictly, I'm up 980 US. But the key takeaway is my wins are bigger than my average losers, which is great, and my win percentage is high, and I only have taken not that many trades on those days. So my profit factor 3.35. That's really good, and I'm going to enter February just as strong as I am doing right now. I will tell you guys that the main change that that I have implemented is the fact that my indicator obviously only works with the most obvious stock at the time. It can't be priced higher than $20. It has to be a low float as well. And then the second part is that I will be trading the 3 candle pattern, which is the same. It's basically the same pattern as my indicator. I'll be trading the 3 candle pattern when breaking news occurs and the stock goes up, and then it pulls back to the lower view up band. So I can show you guys some examples here. I just clicked minimize. Why is it not minimizing? Okay, so if I go to GCTS on the 29th, you guys can see what I'm talking about. So if it goes up, make some separation on the 1 minute chart between the candles, the bottom of the candles, and the lower view up, then you can start focusing in on the pattern. So we need some separation from the lower view up band on the 1 minute chart, and then we need some separation from the regular view up on the 10-second chart, which we do get. And it pulls back to the lower view up, and then you have the 3 candle pattern, which I've developed with my indicator. So this would be the first candle that touches the lower view up can potentially be bar 0 as long as bar 1 closes above bar 0. So here would be bar 0. This would be bar 1 because it closed above the close of this bar 0. And then we have a red bar 2. So a breakout above red bar 2 is a buy with a 1.6 profit to loss ratio, and that was a win for $239.7. So Um, I've just incorporated that into my signal since I'm learning that the signal is more rare the hotter the market is. So the hotter the market is, the more stocks are in play um, throughout the day, and so traders have less chance to focus on one singular stock. So there's less accumulation of buying that can happen into one stock. So for example, um, I mean you can just see that here. So uh, you know signal like the more signals on the earlier on the slower month, which was end of December to beginning of January, and then as it picked up steam, the signal got more rare. Um, but of course, signal's still been working well. The latest signal that I had was on TIRX, and that was on the 28th. So if I go here, so that was right here. It was a momentum entry, but again, basically this was the most obvious stock, uh, and so I took the trade, and it was a winner. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you guys an update on how things went while I was gone. I did very much I did very much need that that break just to sort of catch up on sleep, focus on work. I've been working a lot in the mornings, a lot more than I used to. So and then obviously later at night, um, I just was getting lack of sleep because of that. But fixed that up. Started forcing myself to go to bed at 12, um, and ever since then, it's been great. My mental's been clear. My trading has been great. Gave into FOMO on this day. Won't happen again. Um, but yeah, following the strategy. I mean, I took one loss here, and there was no other setup, so I called it a day. There was one setup on this day, took the setup. There was nothing else, called it a day. There was one setup here, took it. That's it. Walked away. Like it's been going very well. This is two trades because one was just a lower view up bounce, like a the breaking news lower view up bounce, and then later it set up for the three candle pattern. So that was on the 23rd. Let's see what happened there actually. So the 23rd was Raya, and I will show you guys exactly what I mean by the three candle pattern. Another example. So create some separation on the 1 minute chart between the bottom of the candles and the lower view up band. Create some separation between the bottom of the candles and regular view up, the blue line here, on the 10-second chart. Once you have that, the first candle that ever touches the lower view up band can potentially be bar 0 as long as bar 1 closes above the close of bar 0, which it does in this case. So this would be bar 0, bar 1, bar 2, and then this is a bar 3 momentum entry with the profit target that was up at 3.9. So wow, all the way up here. Yeah, that was a great move. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to update you guys. It's been I honestly I know it was a big loss on Thursday, but and obviously Wednesday, but I I just I I'm just I was simply facing the consequences of lack of sleep and high stress, uh, and I learned from it, and I cannot wait for February, guys. February is going to be my best month yet, and you can count on that. All right. I will see you guys all on Monday.